Hey, what's up? This is John with Be Superfly, and I'm going to go over demo one here. So in this demo, we have the navigation bar that stays on the bottom of the page here, and then we have some nice hover effects here, and we have the links taking up the entire height of the admin bar, really nice, and then some nice hovers here. Let's take a look and see how this was made, and then on the mobile side, turns into this mobile menu here, opens up to this nice background. Let's check this one out. So here I am in the back end in the header layout for this one, which you can get to. You go to your, after you, if you load the demo JSON, it'll show up here in the Divi theme builder. And here's, I got demo one right here. So I edit the custom header here. In this particular demo, we're not using the logo module. I'll show you another one where we are using that one. But one cool thing about that module, on the main demo site, it's using it here. And you'll see when I scroll, my logo image changes to this alternate version. So that's one of the cool features with the logo module for It also has a switch. You can say, hey, do you want to link this to the home page all the time? It'll automatically link to your, to your home page, which another nice quick little feature. Not a big deal, but yeah. Okay, so here we have 3 modules here. I'll go ahead and open this up in the layer view here. So this column here just has an image module. Easy enough. We're doing a row here that has this column structure. And then we have the inline module, the hamburger, and stop stacking. And so what stop stacking does, and I can actually turn stop stacking off for desktop and just leave it on for tablet and mobile. Let me go ahead and save that. But what stop stacking does is it prevents, usually on mobile view here, usually when you go to here, these 2 columns would stack. So this would actually be down a bit instead of being in line with each other. And so stop stacking makes that possible. If I were to remove stop stacking, here, actually, I'll just remove it, and you'll see what it does. So now when I load this, you'll see that it's stacking them. The 2 columns, and we don't want that. I wonder if I can just unzip. There we go. Nice. Okay, great. Okay, so I'll get that back going here. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off and refresh, and we'll look at just some settings here. So if I go to the inline module, I can choose my menu here. I can choose what alignment I want it. I can choose sub-menus, yes or no. Show the icon on parent menus, yes or no. This guy here. And then you have a ton of design options. Menu item spacing. If I wanted space between these, this is where I'd put them. I don't, because I like how close they are here to each other. I like this vibe. I'm not going to go through every single option here, but you can see how menu item, this is the individual menu items here, home, demos, features, tutorials. So settings are here for that. And there's just your basic Divi settings with hover states that you would expect. And then sub-menu is the overall, the sub-menu as a whole. So this whole thing here. So do I want it left aligned or right aligned? Do I want it to have rounded corners? If I do, this one's got rounded corners at the top. So that's something unique with this one. And then we tried to get these by each other, sub-menu and sub-menu item text, but we could just never figure out how to do that. could figure out how to reorder things, but for some reason, the submenu item text would not move from under here. So this is actually controlling the actual submenu item background color. Now I'm using the same background color as the home here, but if I wanted this to be red and have these stay purple, I can do that. Let me actually do that. So submenu item background color on hover, instead of this purple, let's say red there. And now they're going to be red. So it's just giving you some more options that you normally have to code in with CSS, right? And there's margin and padding, submenu item text color versus the active submenu item color up there. So sometimes, you'll have a color option that's kind of detached from other color options. It's just how it is, but they're there. All right, what else? A few more things with this demo. So we are using menu button 1 in this demo, and that's why this is already styled. You can do 2 different ones, so I could have FAQs be already styled and this one. I'll show you how that works. In order to do that, though, I need to go to, let me go ahead and save this. I need to go to the menu area of WordPress here. So appearance, I'll open this in a new tab so we can see. I'm going to go back into the demo, though, because let's go ahead and make that FAQs our second menu button. Let's go ahead and do that. So here's my menu. Let me go to my main menu here. And you'll see by now has the CSS class menu button. If you don't see this, you need to turn that on under your screen options under here. You need to turn on CSS classes. And then you'll see this option. So I'm going to say FAQs. If I want to have this one be my second menu button, I just put a -2. So menu button -2. That's going to make it take settings from this menu button 2. So let's see what we can do here. So menu button 2 background color. Let's say we want that to be it. And then the color we want to be white. The background color, let's say on hover, we want it to be green. And then here, menu button text color white. And then my hover color, I'll go ahead and set that as white. I'll go ahead and save this. And if you look at menu button 1, you'll see that we got the 2 background colors. That's happening for menu button 1. I think everything else is staying the same. Yeah. So let me hop over. So let me refresh the page here. All right, so there's our second button. Here's our first button. I probably should pick the better color for that. Here's our second button. But there you can kind of have 2 things highlighted in your menu. So if you have 2 call to actions or something like that, that's what you would do. Now let's say I don't want that to be highlighted anymore. No big deal. I can just go to the menus area, go to that FAQ, take this off, save the menu, and now it's just going to go back to a regular link. All right, what else in this one? Some of the demos have some CSS in the settings area here. So to get to that, you're going to open this up, click on settings here, and go to into advanced custom CSS. And the only CSS I have in here is for this caret right here. And this is something that we'll add in a future version of but I want the ability to move this caret around, because without that 3, it was kind of hanging up here. And in fact, I'll just comment this out, or I'll just cut this real quick, save it, and then show you what I mean and why I put that there. I'll go ahead and refresh. And you can see that the arrow is just a little high for me, and so that's what this code does, is it puts that back. All right, let's go to, let's check out this menu here. I will say this inline menu, I have it set the visibility to disable on phone and tablet, and then obviously these 2, stop stacking, and our hamburger settings module, they're coming in, they're disabling on desktop only. But we do this have advanced media query option. So let's say let's say my menu was too long, and I couldn't wait for it. This is a common problem with Divi's default menu. Like if you have a really long menu, sometimes you'll get to like here or so, and your menu will stack because there's not enough room for all the items. And so with you can decide to show these things sooner or later. So let's say this is 11. Let's say that problem was happening to me at 1100 pixels. Let's say at 1100 pixels, it was stacking, or right after that. So what I could say is, hey, this inline menu, let's turn these off so it's always on, but let's disable this if it's below, let's say 1101. So 1101 pixels. So if it's below that, so 1100 and below, it's going to disable. And then this guy, I'm going to say, let me turn this off. Disable if it's above, so 1100 below. So if it's above 1100, disable. So 1101 and above, disable it. And I'm going to copy this and paste it here. Paste visibility styles. And I usually don't trust it. I go in here to check. Yeah, I don't see that it did it. Actually, I don't think stop stacking has the option. So if you do use the custom options, you can just leave this on all the time. But let's go ahead and save this. Now, there is one caveat to doing this, and you'll see when I do this what it is. Okay, so here I go. I'm going in. All right, so 11, and I'll just put up here and do the arrows. 6, 5, 4, hey, 100%, come on. 3, 2, 1. So 1101, this is still showing. But now when I go to 1100, that menu hides, and this shows up. Now, you can see that this is not in the optimal place. So you will have to do... and we're working to fix this in an update, because you'll see if I go to 980, which is Divi's default breakpoint, then it moves in the right spot, and so does the logo. So for the time being, if you decide to do this, you'll have to write some CSS using media queries to get this where you want it and to get this where you want it, which would be the same as they are here. So a little bit of extra work if you want to use that feature. It's there. But I want to make sure, or one of the updates I have in the future is to have these, is that if you do use a special media query, that it does this formatting to the logo and the hamburger menu instead of this here, because this is not what we want. So a little caveat there. But I think that's, well, yeah, let me go in and undo that real quick. And then we'll take a look at the hamburger menu. The hamburger module. So disable on phone and tablet, and then this one, disable on desktop. And I don't have to do this, but stop stacking, I'm probably wasting my time, but I'm disable on desktop. Okay, save. So if I go into the hamburger menu now, I can pick which menu it's going to trigger. So if you wanted your mobile menu to be different than your desktop menu, you can do that. You could pick a different menu to show here. In fact, yeah, there's another demo that we could try that on. And then menu style, what menu style do you want? Do you want full screen, slide in left or slide in right? You can look at the other demos to see what those look like. And then do I want panels or collapsed? I like the panels. The collapsed is when it'll have the the plus icon show up, and you can do that. You can play around with those, see how you like it. But then we have this menu button where you can choose different animations for your menu item. There's subtle ones in here if you want to venture and try those. Like what do we have now? Let me see here. Oh yeah, for this I gotta come in here and let me just get down here. Oh, I gotta refresh the page. Yeah, I'll just move this over here. So yeah, right now it kind of folds up. You can kind of see that it folds up. Some of them, the three things squished together. Just nice little micro interactions. And then here I can write, text next to my menu if I want. And then you can style that text here. Menu button, close color. Menu item text is right here. This is where you can, all right, no, that's not where you can do it. Let's leave that up there and see where I can style that at. Menu button, okay, got it. Menu button color. Oh, I guess it's right there. Okay. Here, menu button style, square or rounded corners on the actual deal. I'm a big fan of square. Alignment, vertically center the menu button. Sometimes you can try this. Sometimes it doesn't work that well. But I bet since this is on, I bet that is why earlier when we had that in-between media query, I bet that's why it was moving it. So if you're going to do an in-between media query, I would turn this off. And then you could probably style... you could probably use the spacing of the menu. Let me see, menu button. Let me turn that off real quick. If I turn this off, yeah, I'll add that in the future too. If I turn this off, I want spacing options to come up for this. But let me save this real quick and see what it does, because it still might center it because it's grabbing off Divi's default. Okay, so it threw it up there. Yeah, I'm going to leave it on for now, but if you could turn it off, you could go into the CSS area and write some things there. Okay, other than that, menu background, I got an image here with a gradient overlay. I'm placing it above the image, otherwise the image would be just this here. And then you have your other menu item spacing, for the menu items, submenu, if you want your submenu item text to be smaller, you could do that here and style it. So some stuff to explore there. And then I had some CSS written here. Let's see what that was. Oh, this is a temporary fix. So this will be fixed in a future update. Let me go ahead and save this and refresh this page. So when I clicked in here, this was way up here at the top, and I didn't like that. I liked it down here, and so that's what this 85 is doing. If you get rid of that, then this submenu, this will be 85 pixels up. Well, let's just show you. Submenu, where are you at? Here it is, right here. It'll be up there like that, and I didn't like that. But all right, that should wrap it up on this demo. Let me take that menu off. So there's still some new features we're working on that we'll get through. But this update is just kind of getting it to where all the options work again and getting some submenu options. That was the main reason why I wanted to update it to this version here. So, all right, thanks for watching.